Hey Kingdom Servants, it's EMMANUEL here, aka the Kingdom Servant, and welcome back to another video where today we are going to be reacting to a video by Ruslan titled Sneako's Complete Meltdown Reveals a Lot. I didn't know Sneako had a meltdown, but here we are. Before you can get into it, let's go ahead and roll that intro. Now, I have no context to this video whatsoever, so I'm going to be learning as you're learning. If you don't know the situation, if you do know the situation, go ahead and hop in my comments and tell me if you're savvy to this, if you're informed about this. But I'm going to be learning this for the first time, and I'm very, interested. I know who Sneako is, but I don't know what meltdown he's talking about. I mean, I'm pretty sure Sneako's had meltdowns before, but let's go ahead and just, get into it.
Is having the worst week of his life, okay? So he just had a debate where he completely got humiliated and rage quit, on top of Andrew Tate now coming out and making accusations around his sexuality. This is a debate he did with a creator named 𝕋𝕂𝕊-𝔼𝕞𝕞𝕒𝕟𝕦𝕼 that just completely goes off the rail immediately once it starts. And then we'll get into some of the stuff that's coming out. Sneako has been LARPing around as a Muslim, and the more he finds out about Islam, the less he is comfortable, seemingly. But this is theater, kids. Okay.
Oh, well, let me ask you, why do you support Israel if you're not Jewish?
You don't have to be. What? Are you Palestinian?
It's a simple question.
Right, and I'm answering by asking you, are you Palestinian?
No.
Do you support Palestine?
I want them to be freed.
Okay, so you support them. Wow, you just answered your own question. Good job.
I mean, yeah, that's like, what did you expect?
From the first question, it is just non-stop, absolute bloodbath. It is embarrassing for Sneako.
That was a really dumb question.
To sit with someone and
I mean, I'll give him the grace.
who's actually
Maybe he
educated
wasn't
on these
thinking that
matters
much
and can debate and push him in these conversations.
So I guess
I
guess this is about the Israel and Palestine thing. I'm not very informed about that situation, as much as many other people are. You know what I'm saying? But I have been curious about. I'm curious about these topics.
Forum where you can like link people and debate them live on the spot. This is wild stuff.
Yeah, but you didn't answer my question. I'm answering why, because they should be freed. No. I support Palestine because they're being genocided and they need to be freed from the genocide. And they are predominantly Muslim brothers and they are good people.
Right, and you
so I gave you clear evidences, I gave you clear examples why I support.
Right, so that's not what you originally asked. That's your new question. Your original question is, why do I do it if I'm not Jewish? So if your new question is, why do I support Israel, period, right? My answer is that I think they should be freed from terroristic state and IRGC proxy group. Okay. Because I mean, I particularly dislike any Arabs living in the land.
But why do you support? Do you support them because are attacking them?
No, there's many reasons. I'm just trying to simplify an answer just for a vague question. I'm giving a vague answer. Obviously, we can expand. There's more to it. I also don't believe it's a genocide because it doesn't meet the definition of the Genocide Convention of 48 that was ratified in 51. It doesn't meet the
You've seen Gaza today. Have you seen it 2023, right? They're cutting off the food supply, cutting off the water supply. They have kept on shooting after the ceasefire. They've made it clear they want to expand to Greater Israel.
So this is called gish galloping, for the record. He gets an answer. He gets checked. And then what he does is he throws out 5 different things all at once. Listen to what he does here. This is a tactic in debate.
Cutting off the water supply. You've seen Gaza today. Have you seen it 2023, right? They're cutting off the food supply, cutting off the water supply. They have kept on shooting after the ceasefire. They've made it clear they want to expand to Greater Israel. They want to ethnically cleanse them, destroy the land. It's been completely destroyed.
Okay, so that is super important in a conversation. He made like 5 or 6 claims. They're cutting off the water supply. They're cutting off the food supply. They want to do this. They want to do that. They want to ethnically cleanse them. That's gish galloping, because in a debate now, you have to sit and meticulously go through claim by claim by claim and expand and help make the point on why these are false. Right.
Okay.
That is very difficult to do in a conversation, especially without a moderator. And so this is a very common tactic.
Okay, so I don't know what to say here. I'm just going to keep listening.
Because people throw out 29 different things without actually saying, okay, well, no, let's go through all those. But the reality is all those require an answer.
Right.
Elephants in the Room did a video on, is the food being cut off from Gaza? No, it's not. That's false. They're sending in a ton of food. The water being cut. Like all of these different things have to be unpacked. And so Nick does just that here in a second.
So what he's saying is that when Sneako got the answer to the question he asked, he then continued to bring up 5 points back to back to back, which makes it difficult for a debate because then you have to break apart the response to all those 5 different points. That makes sense. Okay, I'm catching up.
The Jewish Zionists controlling Israel.
All of them, or some of them, 10% of them, 100% of them. I know some people have said that. Of course, there's people that are allowed to agree with that. There's some people that want America to expand too, and there's some people that disagree with it. But that wouldn't mean I would attribute that to Donald Trump or the administration. But before you kind of labeled a huge list.
You're going everywhere. Okay, but okay.
You went everywhere. That's my point. I'm trying to bring it back. You just labeled the whole thing. I'm trying to go back to the genocide.
I didn't even mention Trump, and you went over to Trump. I want to go back to the original question. So
you don't want to talk about genocide?
I do want to get there, but I have to figure out what you believe in. I don't know who you are, and I don't know why you're supporting Israel.
Okay, fair enough. Go back.
Why are you upset?
I'm literally not upset. I said fair enough. Go back.
Okay. So why do you support a state that was created in 1948 by Jews to support the greater Jewish cause, and you are not Jewish? What are you? What do you believe in?
Okay. So this is a very foolish question, and this doesn't even just apply with Jews. This applies with any country or citizen of wherever. You don't have to be a part of the specific group that is in the conversation biologically or religiously or whatever the case may be. You don't have to be a part of that to have empathy or support that certain group. Okay, I believe that women should have the same rights as men. That does not mean I have to be a woman to believe that. So that's a really dumb question. Jair, why do you believe that a woman is of equal value when you're not a woman? Do you know how dumb that question sounds? That question is just really idiotic across the board. But anyways.
By Jews to support the greater Jewish cause, and you are not Jewish. What are you? What do you believe in?
Like my religion, or
yeah. So this goes on for hours. Here's a little preview of everything that's in there.
There is nothing more stupid than a goy sitting here defending a state that allowed Epstein.
You're right. I should defend Muslims.
To rape children. No, no. Don't deflect now. Don't deflect.
Oh, the guy that deflected to Epstein doesn't want to deflect to his pedophile prophet. Wow. Call me. I'm so shocked. I'm so shocked. He deflected to Epstein when nobody brought up Epstein. But the second I brought up Islam, he's like, no. Please don't deflect.
We can talk about that.
Muhammad's Aisha was 4 to 5 years younger. 4 to 5 years younger thanEpstein's youngest victim, and they're both equally disgusting.
Are you not going to click this link? You wanted this link before I couldn't source it, and I'm sourcing it.
Let me read it real quick. Robert Maxwell.
Okay, and then how does this end? How do you guys think this ends?
I'm curious.
Straight deceiving and lying.
Bro, I'm the one that allowed you to deflect to Epstein. And now that I'm trying to answer...
This is a conversation. Israel would not have the power to today without Epstein.
It really... Again, this video will be released, and it'll show the time. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
You're edit it up too, huh? Yeah, release it just like this too. Don't do it.
I have no problem. No problem whatsoever. I promise you, the whole thing will be on the whole thing. Whole thing will be up there.
YouTube comments right now. Right, if you're seeing this part of the debate, you see how he's running away from the fact that 𝕼𝕬𝕬, Wexler, a Jewish Zionist, funded him.
Literally
he said here in this conversation, he said 2 things that you need to remember from this conversation. He does not think that Epstein worked for Israel, and he does not think that Epstein Island was a blackmail operation. This is who you're listening to.
Say any of this.
This is somebody covering up the most evil island that the world has ever seen. Left, right, he's going to try
shaking. Look at his hand. Do this. Look at his hand.
Nobody can defend this. Nobody can defend this. This is who is pushing these lies. These types of people running cover for Epstein.
Maybe take it back to Muhammad.
Have not been vindicated yet. They've been lying about them. They've been covering it up. They haven't released the files, and now we're at war with Iran. The people are covering up.
He grabs a Quran. And what do you think happens next?
They brought us into war with Iran for Israel, which would not exist without the.
As for those among your women who have a he skipped.
Wow.
He rage quit. Okay, now no, I don't think Nick is a Christian. I think he's a theist. He sounds like a theist. He doesn't sound Christian, Jewish, or definitely not Muslim.
Okay, listen, like I said, I don't have context to the entire debate. But I'll say this. That was very immature, obviously. All right, you know, you're talking over dude, from what I'm understanding, misrepresenting what he said. And then when he pulls out the Quran, which is what he's defending, to read a piece of the Quran, he just skips it. In my opinion, that's kind of a lost debate. All right, now I don't know the context, obviously, but that's a lost debate. And that was mature. But when have we known Sneako to be the most mature person on the internet? Okay, he has his moments. I'm not saying that he's completely dumb. For the most part, he's not the smartest. And honestly, you can't expect a lot of social media influencers to be. Me talking as a YouTuber, but you know, whatever. Let's continue.
But man, this is really bad for him. He goes over. Sneako didn't know how many hadiths they were. Like, this is really bad for Sneako. But on top of this, Sneako also, Andrew Tate came out and just
Tate
completely has been attacking this dude nonstop. Sneako's mom got leaked, which is not cool.
Whoa.
You shouldn't be leaking people's family. That's off limits to me. Doxing people's family. Apparently she's like a psychologist at a school. Well, I'm not going to highlight that, but that happened. But then Tate came out with this video accusing and questioning Sneako's sexuality.
A few years ago, there was a streamer, I think everybody knows who I'm talking about, who was obsessed with me. If I got a girl's number on Fresh and Fit, he tried to do the same thing. Every single thing I did, he copied verbatim. He tried to be me, literally be me. He was obsessed with me. And I thought he just wanted to be famous, and that turned out to be a homosexual obsession. He came to...
He's not joking here. Now, whether or not this is true, I can't speak to that, but this is what Tate is saying. So back, like, massive L in the debate, mom gets doxxed, and then Tate's coming out and saying this sort of stuff about
Romania with two people who I respect very much, 𝕋𝕂𝕊 and Fresh, great guys. They managed to convince me to allow him to come. He came there and started acting really fruity and really weird.
You know what's funny? He said 𝕋𝕊 and Fresh, great guys, yet 𝕋𝕊 and Fresh are the people who keep putting you in positions with Sneako.
Yeah.
So the way this dude's brain works is like, maybe they're not such great guys if they keep putting you in positions where you keep having to be around weirdos.
You're right.
Likely, none of these are great guys. Likely, Tate is himself also a weirdo and probably guilty of...
Here's the thing. This is a situation between a whole bunch of internet... How do I say this politely? A whole bunch of internet ignorance. This is the truth, okay? We got Andrew Tate, we got Fresh and Fit, we got Sneako. None of these guys should be anyone's role model. First of all, from a Christian standpoint, not at all. I don't even watch Fresh and Fit, but I just see that they say dumb stuff all the time, and so does Sneako. When you have a situation with 4 internet rich ignorance, the situation itself, the problem is just gonna be dumb. Cause it's just gonna be a whole bunch of foolishness trying to come in contact with other foolishness and try to figure out the foolishness. And that just makes more foolishness. When are we gonna understand that the fact that whatever is happening right now is happening is not surprising? One, because these people are in the world, and the natural order of the world is decay, is sin, and is foolishness. That's the natural order of things. Even the most intellectual people say some of the dumbest stuff, or do some of the dumbest stuff. Some of the richest, most famous people do the dumbest stuff. Life outside of Christ just leads to dumb stuff. That's just what the internet is. With the internet, anybody can have a platform, and that's a good thing and a bad thing. That's just the truth. So the fact that this type of stuff happens, not surprising whatsoever.
Commonplace in these sorts of environments, if you know what I mean.
He started telling me that he had this cuck thing that was exposed. He had this big cuck scandal, and he asked me what I think about cucking and if it's normal to explore your sexuality and if I've ever tried it.
What is that? Hold on. I'm sorry. He just said something. I don't know what that is. I'm going to look it up. Hopefully, I do not get a crazy search history. That's nasty. I'm going to delete that on my search history now. And I wish that I had never looked that up. Wow, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. And like I said, Sneako's a weirdo. Who would have known?
And I said, look, I'm older than you, bro, and I've never tried that. I don't think that's normal. And then he started saying, isn't it normal just to try new things? Don't you think it's normal to be curious? How do you know if you're really gay or not unless you've tried being gay? And then I realized he was coming on to me. And when I realized he was coming on to me, I thought the best thing I can do is just not talk to him anymore. Because I don't like this gossip girl stuff. I don't want to be a drama merchant like he is. My brand isn't sitting online and constantly insulting other people like his is. So
that's a lie.
Tate.
That's just a lie.
Tate.
But it's okay.
Come on, Tate. Your entire brand is built on insulting other people and talking about how women are stupid. And that's how you got viral on TikTok.
Yeah.
Cut it out, dude. Cut it out. Now he's this.
Like friendly fire of doom, bro. Friendly fire of doom.
You know, wise sage that isn't about. Stop it.
So I thought, let me just cut him off. He's obsessed with me. He's a bit weird. I don't want to ruin the guy's career. Let me just go his own separate way. Since then, he has mentioned me every single day in every single stream he does. Andrew Tate wore a gambling t-shirt. Andrew Tate drove a car. Andrew Tate drunk coffee. Andrew Tate this. Andrew Tate that. He's obsessed with me.
Yo, Andrew Tate drunk coffee is crazy. That's a glaze at his finest.
And if you see the way he talks about me, you can see in his eyes. It's not because he is morally superior. It's not because he just wants clicks. It's a homosexual rage, which is suppressed. God.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking.
Yeah, Sneako's having the worst week of his life. But this is what happens when you LARP around as something that you're not. When you LARP around as this guy that's all of a sudden pro.
LARP means live action roleplay, by the way. Just in case you guys didn't know, I have a lot of random knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you don't care? Okay.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
Muslim and all this sort of stuff. It's very bizarre behavior, to say the least. And now it is all being potentially exposed, right? Like, I don't know. Again, I don't know how much of this stuff is true. But when your identity is not anchored in something that is true, you're open. You're open to all sorts of stuff, right? And then you got his own homies who are shocked and disappointed when they find out that he has 10% Jewish blood in him.
What's wrong
Filipino,
with that?
Haitian, Jew, white, Pakistani, Italian, like.
Are you Jew? Are you Jewish?
I'm 12% Ashkenazi Jew. 𝕼𝕝 had the same exact.
What? See, this is what I'm saying. This is a whole bunch of dumb stuff on the internet. What's wrong with you finding out that you're 12% Jew, bro? First off, it's not like he controlled that. It's not like he went back in time and made that whole thing happen. Like, it's just idiotic. I'm not gonna lie.
He's 12% Jewish. He's trying to be a practicing Muslim, and every time this comes up that he's Jewish, they give him the same reaction. They give him the same exact reaction. It happened again. Check this out. And these guys are all just complete goofs, right? These dudes are smoking weed and running through women and doing just the most gross stuff and LARPing around as Dawa Muslims themselves.
You are mixed with what? Filipino,
Haitian, Hungarian, and Jewish.
And Jewish.
And Jewish.
Jewish is not a country, bro.
12%. No, but my grandfather, we found out he was half Ashkenazi Jew. I didn't know. I never met him, and he didn't tell my grandmother. He didn't tell his wife. He didn't tell anybody. He kept it a secret till he died.
Look at that reaction.
So he kept the secret that he died.
He left after World War II, moved to Haiti, married a black woman, and he was half Yehud.
MashaAllah, brother. He knew what he was getting himself into.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Why can't you look at me anymore? He's like, why you look afraid of me now?
I'm not afraid of you, bro.
You changed.
Keep your friend close and your enemies close.
What the?
What? Yo, like this is what I'm saying, bro. What are we talking about? Like, actually, what are we talking about? Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Did you just say that I'm your enemy now? Because my grandfather was half Jewish? Like, yo, man, goofballs, bro. Just goofballs.
This is the circle that he's in now, right?
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Like, if it was never really about Jewish people, why would there be this hostility towards him being 12% Jewish?
Yeah, see, that's you gotta expect that. The world's gonna be the world, and it's gonna be filled with a lot of dumb stuff. And as the light of the world, as the salt of the earth, we have to be separate. We're in the world, not of the world. We're of Christ, right? So don't be surprised when you see stuff like this on the internet. The internet's gonna be like this. It's the internet. This is just how the internet is. So don't be surprised when you see this on the internet, but just continue to be in your word, continue to pray, and continue to follow in Christ. So you will never, or prayerfully, most of the time, you won't be in circumstances like this, because it's just not preferable, like, at all, and it's not of God, obviously. In certain situations with certain people in certain lifestyles, you separate from those lifestyles, you minister to them, but you separate from those lifestyles, and you just stay fasting, stay praying, stay reading your word, and all that good stuff, because that's what we need to do. Get a stronger relationship with Christ, and keep people around you that will help you get a stronger relationship in Christ, especially when you're an internet influencer. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and hit that post notification bell to become part of the KS community. Fly for his kingdom, loving his freedom. He made a covenant, and I'm loving it. Emanuel, out.
I know you get closer now, everything is over now. Felt like I was falling down, nobody could hear the sound. They don't call my phone, I don't wanna pick up, tryna find my home, tryna keep my chin up, Lord, free my mind, 'cause you say you're free, yes, Lord, free my mind, 'cause you say you're free, yes. I just want them to